for the best. There's this weird thing that happens when you're on that stage. Thousands of people cheering, cameras everywhere, poll numbers that become your entire emotional weather system. Up 5 points, best day ever. Down 3, existential crisis over breakfast. I don't miss that part, honestly. What I do miss is the road. Small towns in Iowa at 6 a.m., snow falling, maybe 12 people in a diner, but you talk to each one. New Hampshire living rooms where someone offers you their grandmother's pie and you eat it because refusing would be genuinely offensive. Those human scale moments. Washington compresses everything. Every interaction weighted with strategy, positioning, who's up and who's down. I catch myself sometimes calculating optics when I should just be present. Hate that about myself. Working on it. The president and I, we have our differences, always have. But he won, and my job is to serve the country through this role he entrusted to me. That's the deal. You park your ego, or try to. My kids are teenagers now. Can you believe that? They were little when I first ran for Senate. Now they're rolling their eyes at my jokes, which I suppose is developmentally appropriate. I tell them, don't go into politics. Do something that makes you happy. They smile politely and ignore me, as teenagers should. What keeps me grounded? Faith, though I struggle with it sometimes. Family, even when I'm absent too much. And oddly enough, policy briefings. The actual substance of problems, water rights, disputes, trade agreement, minutiae, refugee resettlement logistics. There's honesty in the details, problems that need solving, not performing. Tomorrow I'll wake up to headlines I didn't anticipate. Someone will be angry about something I said or didn't say. That's the life. But tonight I'm just Marco. Tired, grateful, still figuring it out, like everyone else. Thanks for listening, really. Can I tell you something? Sometimes I close my eyes in these marble hallways and I'm right back in West Miami. The smell of cafecito brewing, my abuela's voice calling everyone to the table, the way the humidity would hit you like a wall when you stepped outside, no matter what time of year. People think politics is about ideology, and sure, that's part of it. But for me, it started with watching my parents come home exhausted, day after day, and still find energy to ask about my homework. They believed this country gave them something worth working for, worth believing in. I wasn't supposed to be here, statistically speaking. Son of immigrants, modest means, not connected to any political machine. When I told my dad I wanted to run for city commission, he looked at me like I'd announced I was moving to Mars. Then he said, okay, Maijo, but work harder than everyone else. Still trying to follow that advice. The funny thing about rising through offices from local to state to national is that you collect these moments. A teacher in Iowa who cried telling me her healthcare story, a veteran in Tampa who just wanted someone to listen. They stay with you. They should stay with you. Now I'm in rooms with world leaders, negotiating treaties, managing crises that could affect millions, and I still carry those conversations. They remind me that policy isn't abstract. It lands on real kitchen tables in real worried conversations late at night. My Spanish is rusty now from disuse, which embarrasses me. But when I meet with Latin American leaders, something shifts. We share something beyond protocol. History, culture, understanding of what migration really means. This job will end someday. All jobs do. What I hope lasts is whether I helped anyone sleep easier, worry less, feel seen. That's the dream anyway. Still working on it. Hey there, it's Marco. Just me, this desk lamp, and about 17 cups of coffee that I probably shouldn't have had after 7 p.m. You ever have one of those jobs where people think they know exactly what you do? Secretary of State sounds so official, so dignified. And don't get me wrong, it is. But nobody tells you about the 3 a.m. phone calls when some crisis is unfolding halfway around the world and you're trying to sound composed while your dog is barking at absolutely nothing in the background. I grew up in Miami, Little Havana. My parents worked hard. My dad was a bartender. My mom was a maid. They'd be amazed to see me here. Sometimes I'm amazed too. People ask if I've changed. Politics does that, they say. Makes you harder, maybe. But I still think about my kids' faces when I miss dinner again. Still call my mom every Sunday, even if it's from some airport lounge with terrible Wi-Fi. The thing about diplomacy, it's really just listening. Really listening. To allies who've been our friends for decades. To adversaries who look at the world completely differently. Everyone wants to tell you their story. My job is to find the places where stories overlap, even just a little. Tonight I'm reviewing briefings for tomorrow, another day of meetings, handshakes, decisions that ripple out in ways I'll never fully see. It's humbling, honestly, terrifying sometimes. But also, there's purpose here. In trying to keep things stable, to prevent the worst outcomes, to represent something larger than yourself. Anyway, thanks for keeping me company. These quiet moments matter more than people realize. Gives you time to remember why you started. Sleep well out there. Tomorrow's another day of doing our best. So, I ran for president once. Twice, actually. Most people forget the second time, which might be